Alright, what's up guys? This is Evan with Motive in Motion. I wanted to come through with an article and a video for wealthy guerrilla readers. So this is all about how to ethically influence people, how to get people to do what you want, to persuade them to do what you want, but in an ethical fashion. So using Robert Cialdini's 6 weapons of influence in the most ethical and moral way possible, you're going to be able to have the power that you need to persuade anyone and really to influence people and to raise capital or to get people to like you and to get people to respect you or to listen to what you have to say. Whatever your motive is, you're going to figure out how to put that in motion, and you're going to figure out how to use the best weapons. And I say they're weapons, but that's what Cialdini called them, and they're really just tools that they're using out of your tool bag that are going to help you get what you want and get other people to have what they want as well. So you're always going to want to frame this in a win-win scenario. So this isn't really in a particular order. I forget in which order I actually wrote the article in, but the 6 weapons will start off with reciprocity. So reciprocity states that whatever you do and whatever someone does for you, you're going to want to return the favor. And even if you do a favor for someone, you're going to want to keep giving them more and more favors. So always be careful and be aware of the transactional value that every single thing has. If you opt into an email, if you buy something from someone, if you do some little small thing like a gift for someone, or you have some chain sequence in which you provide a continuous stream of value for someone else, just recognize that you're going to be falling under this reciprocity sort of trap. And it can be good, it can be used for positivity, or it can be used to derail people's focus. And so this is why I say, I know you guys are going to use it in a positive way, but this is why I say they're so powerful that you've got to understand that every single weapon of these is just has immense power that you have to use for your good. So reciprocity states that you're really doing something small, or someone does something small for you, and you want to return that favor for them. Number 2 is commitment consistency bias. So this states, this is a psychological bias in our head, even outlined by Charlie Munger as well. But this is comes from Cialdini straight up. It says commitment consistency. If we commit to one small thing and we consistently go in that direction more than once, or just even one time, then we're going to want to do it again and again. So there was a small study about how if you were willing to take a little pin or a little sticker for your chest or whatever for a Republican or Democrat candidate, you were willing later on, maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks later, to go actually put a sign in your yard representing that candidate. And on top of that, you were much more willing to vote for that presidential candidate in the elections. So it's funny, as soon as we do one small thing, or if someone does some small thing for us, and this works in tandem with reciprocity, we're much more inclined to do something again and again and again. So keep your eyes peeled out for the commitment consistency bias. Everyone has it, everyone can use it to their good. Number 3 is the liking loving tendency, and also Charlie Munger talks about this as basic psychology. If we like someone or something or some movement, we're going to be much more gung-ho about doing it. We're going to listen to that person much more because they say what we like to hear. Whatever someone says, and if you like someone, if you love someone, you're much more inclined to do something for them or with them, and this is basic. And of course you know this, but if you can get more people to like you, then you can ethically influence them. If other people can get them to like you, then you're going to listen to them more. And that leads into number 4, which is authority bias. Everyone understands this authority bias on a subconscious level. It's like that 90% tip of the iceberg that's just under the ocean. And this beautiful ocean background, we got this. Authority bias is if someone's coming to you as a TV guy, a computer guy, someone who's online, someone who's marketing. They're in your face because they're just a step above you somehow, or they're in a professional sort of presentation. Then you're going to be much more biased to listen to them. It's been shown that even people who step on a stage and they speak on a specific topic are automatically, heuristically accepted because they are the person who's the authority on that. They know what they're talking about, and even physically, if you just raise them on a stage, they're socially elevated in your mind. And this is a heuristic. Little side note on heuristics. Heuristics are basically these things that we just snap to. We don't understand at the base level, but they're just good enough for our answers right now. We just think of something and it's a trigger. It's like, all right, cool. We know this one thing about this thing. It's enough to feed our immediate answer, immediate solution. And so we just do it. Like Cialdini talked about, like high price equals good. That just equals good in most people's mind. They don't take time to think about it. Heuristic are all these social biases. So every single bias that I'm outlining today, they're all pretty much just heuristics. They're all just these things that our brain snaps to immediately that we just don't even think of deeply, but they suit our desires at the time. Number 5 is going to be the social proof dynamic. Whatever someone else does, especially if you respect them, like authority and reciprocity, if you respect what someone says, if you like what someone says, whatever, if another person says something, you're much more inclined to believe it, especially if you trust that person. This is why product reviews and affiliate marketing and testimonials and all those things work so well for a sales process and sales funnel. It's because if someone else says it's good, then it must be good, especially if that person has credibility. So that works in tandem with the authority bias. If some social proof person who's an authority on some topic says something, you're going to believe it. Some critic who's been acclaimed in the news a bunch of times, and you know their name and you know their reviews, you're going to listen and weight their bias and their opinion much more heavily than you would some random Joe Schmo on the street. So this is a powerful one. Number 6, we got scarcity. What is scarce is valuable. That's the heuristic in our mind. And what was plenty and abundant and everywhere, that's just cheap. We got everything, whatever, no problem. For instance, if you take this beautiful ocean and it's decked with sand everywhere, imagine if that ocean, the same beaches were decked with diamonds and sand was all of a sudden very scarce. Then sand's value would skyrocket. If gold wasn't so scarce, its value would just plummet. If it was everywhere and easily available, like grass, like air, like water, we take these things for granted, but they're very cheap and very abundant. And you've seen this with marketing. You've seen it say, oh, flash sale, 24 hours, it ends today. You cannot get this deal anywhere else, or it's only on this website. It's scarcely provided on this website. You cannot get this type of content anywhere else. Or, this sale, it ends in 24 hours, but you can only watch this video and only buy our product right after watching the video. There will be no other pitches for you to buy it. So those are those scarcity tactics that are high pressure sales tactics, but they work for anything. Even if you make your presence more scarce and you don't show up everywhere and you're not all the places that everyone expects you to be, you're scarcely more valuable. You're automatically, heuristically, on a subconscious level, more valuable to people. And if you choose your responses, choose your interactions, and choose your influence, you can use all of these to your advantage. So let's do a quick recap. We got reciprocity. Someone gives you something, you're going to want to pay it back immediately or over the long term, but you have that in your mind. 2, commitment consistency. You do a small thing, someone gets you to commit to a small thing, you're going to be more consistent in your behavior because you want to be on point. You don't want to be seen as someone who's just unreliable. Number 3, we got authority bias. This is huge. You think that someone's important because they're on a stage, on a screen, on your computer, whatever they are, they're an authority bias onto you because they're just another person. They're marketing to you, they're helping you, they're teaching you, they're giving you value, but they're just a person. Everyone else holds them to a high acclaim, which is also leading into number 4, social proof. So you got social proof. Everyone else that says that this thing is so great, you're going to be more inclined to want to get this thing and buy this thing, whatever it is. Number 5, liking. We got liking, loving tendency. If you're going to be someone that's very well liked, you're very well loved, or if you like someone else, you're going to want to listen to more of what they say. You're going to want to get more value. You're going to want to buy stuff from them, and you're going to pay more attention to them because you like them, you love them, you actually care about their value and what they're pitching to you. You think what they're teaching you is super legit, so you're going to be wanting to learn more from them. And number 6, we got scarcity. So that's the 6 influences, the weapons that Cialdini outlined, some of the cognitive biases that Charlie Munger also talks about in Poor Charlie's Almanac. Go out and get Influence and Poor Charlie's Almanac. Both of those books are just fantastic about influencing people, about being influenced, about learning about those biases so you can avoid being influences when you don't want to. When you don't want someone to protrude or just kind of invade your space, then don't take anything from them. Don't do any favors for them. Don't listen to the social proof around them. Don't consider them as an authority. You can always counteract these if you're conscious of them, and as soon as you repeat them every day and learn the 6 weapons, you can subconsciously internalize them, and you'll understand exactly what they are, and you just have them at a moment's draw. You know exactly what they are. You don't have to think about them because you're already subconsciously concreting them, or if you will, you're laying the foundation for knowing these and what they are. So I hope you thought this was valuable. If you do, obviously hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you thought. The blog post is attached. You can find it at wealthygorilla.com. Excited to do this collab, and I hope all this goes out to this valuable readers. And yeah, just catch you next time. It's Evan from Motive in Motion. Take it easy.